So today is all about getting extra hands-on experience from clinicians that we might not see in competition, or maybe they're going to be our judges someday. So it's a chance for the bands to get that exclusive type of knowledge from people that know exactly what they're doing. So this is year 11 of the Roosevelt Clinic. It was started before I got here, but something I was very happy to continue once I took this position. So this year we actually changed it up. We have 4 clinicians that were judges at BOA Grand Nationals last year or in the past couple seasons. And then we also brought in Jamie Tucker, and he's been one of our clinicians before, and then Katie Jensen is helping out guard for today too. So each band is at a different location practicing, going through the normal rehearsal routine today, and then later on in the evening we all have a performance at Howard Wood Field. So right now I'm in a sweatshirt, which is crazy, and I'm cold, which I love it. I think it was 2 years ago we had to cancel at like 11 o'clock because it was 102. So I am so excited that today is going to be 72 and sunny all day. So something we actually did last year was send a feedback survey to the directors to see what can we do, what is something you want more out of this, can we keep this going, is this something that we want, and all of them said it was a super beneficial experience, because not only is it a little no pressure type of performance opportunity, but it's just a great way for us to all see each other in a friendly way, that before we get into competition season it's a little more cutthroat, that helps us just have fun and enjoy our craft. This morning we are actually going to work backwards. We're going to start with our 4th movement. We had a performance last night in front of our own home crowd, and we only put on half of the show. We weren't quite ready to get through the last couple movements, so we're going to work backwards. You're going to see a couple kids on props. We have these ramps that have stairs and slides, and so some kids are going to slide down them, some kids are going to go up the stairs, and we're going to try and put the rest of the show together today.
So we're pretty young this year. We have a lot of freshmen and like new members, like members of other grades but like haven't been in the band before. So it kind of like has been a learning curve of like teaching the freshmen to follow the older members, but it's been good. We are about 20 members bigger than last year. So yeah. Well, our show's called The Upside of Down. So it's kind of about like how you go into life with like a plan of like, oh, this is exciting, it's all gonna go how I want it to, I know how things are gonna be, and then things just kind of like don't always go that way, you kind of lose your way, you don't always have like the friends that you want, stuff like that. And so it's about like kind of being down and like feeling like you're alone and not feeling like you have help, with like kind of feeling like you're losing control of what's going on. And then you, towards the end, you like find your people and you find your friends, and you end up learning that like not everything has to go to plan, and it's okay to like lean on other people to help you do things. I think for me it's like it's the people and it's the experiences. Marching band's not always easy, but I think it's like you grow, you learn, you get stronger, and you just become a better person. Like you become more sociable, you become more versatile, and I just feel like you're like a stronger person mentally and physically. And it just kind of makes you like a better, well-rounded person, not just for like marching band and band, but like for any other activity you're into. These people are some of my closest friends. Some of the people that I would go to for anything, like they can come to me for anything, but I could also go to them for anything. I think that if I were to look back in 20 years and like reminisce on who meant the most to me, this group would probably be it. Just because we do spend so much time together, and like we go through so many hard things together, you just bond really close. I think we have a really good group of kids that are really willing to like try and willing to like give their all to do things. So I'm really hoping that things will just go well and that we can show that to an audience and to judges while we're performing. I'm just hoping that like the excitement of band and the pride of our program stays behind. I'm hoping that we continue growing, that we keep getting bigger, and that people keep wanting to join and like wanting to try and keep working.
Your toe, it's toe down at an angle, right in the direction of your move. So you're here, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, boom.
Yeah, I think we gained, another 4th or so. We at least grew like 20 more people than we had last year. And our show this year is called In My Light You Shall Grow, and it's basically this battle between the Dark Lord and the Sun Goddess. where at the beginning the Dark Lord kind of has control over the whole band, and then in our second movement the Dark Lord and the Sun Goddess have their little battle in the middle, and then the Sun Goddess ends up winning, and then it's like she now has control over everybody, and so then it's just like everything is light, and we take off these black jackets to show more light on the field, and it's basically like, and then our fourth movement, it's like we have the sun on the field to show how she had like taken over and everything is back to light instead of dark. It's going pretty good for now at where we are. I think at this point we've had a couple rough patches and some things that we're kind of struggling with, but overall I think that we're doing a pretty good job and everyone is starting to get the hang of things, and now since we just have like the skeleton of our show, I feel like as we progress further through the season we're gonna be pretty good. I think just kind of getting things more together and getting people like more into the drill and making sure people are in their spots, and we're gonna incorporate a few extra things today. We have these light headbands that we turn on in our fourth movement to make it look like we have the sun on the field, and so I think we're gonna try to incorporate that today and then just get comments to try to make us better. I got involved in marching band because in middle school I had done it, and progressively I had just gotten more and more into band and playing my instrument, and so after seeing some shows at like the Festival of Bands and stuff, I was like, oh, that looks really cool, I'd like to be a part of it. And so freshman year I decided to join, and I just had so much fun and met so many amazing people and made so many friends, and I just decided to keep up with it because it's just one of my favorite things to do, and I just love band as like a whole. The community the people are just so fun, and like it's nice getting to know people that have similar interests as you and that have like the same passions and stuff as you, and just like music. Like music is one of my favorite things, it always has been, and so it's just great to be able to play with such amazing people like every day. I'm looking forward to the comps because those are always so fun, getting to go and see other bands while also performing, and then just making finals is always like the best feeling. So I'm excited for that. And also just to see how far we can get and what our show ends up turning out to be, because our show this year is really cool, and I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's like fully put together and everything is all coordinated. Come see our show.
It's really the whole energy. It's really just like a big community. There's so many different personalities that come together to make such like wonderful sounds, and I love, like right now I'm kind of getting emotional like hearing how good everyone sounds right now. Since freshman year I wasn't going to do band, but as soon as I started doing marching band, the band room became my second home. Anytime I come to school early, I go to the band room. Lunch, I go to the band room. I meet my friends there, I meet my directors, I go to work. It's basically like my whole life, and it's what pursued me to go into music next year. My plan is to most likely go into Augustana music and just do band performance, trombone performance, maybe work in the orchestra, either classical or jazz. It doesn't really matter to me as long as I get to play music with friends. Today we're really working on just staying motivated and determined to give an amazing performance, because this is a big moment for us, because this is like our first performance to other schools, but also another performance for our parents to see how much we've improved since our first little sneak peek. And I'm hoping that everyone is wowed, because we all have been putting a lot of work into this. This is probably the most amount of underclassmen we've had. My freshman year we had 3 or 4 new brass members. This time we have like 10. So it's been a little bit challenging to help them get used to marching and instruments, and the vibes aren't always the same, like concert band to marching band. So we've helped them getting situated to that. But it's been a lot of fun. It's made my job like not harder, but more like I keep myself motivated, because I know that I have a lot of people to impress and work for. We have still left to do a bit of the last movement. We've gotten halfway through that. We have about 7 sets left, which I'm really excited to work on and get finished. Music-wise, we've got basically everything memorized and down. We just need to apply it on the field. And at this point, like since our first major performance, full performance in front of all the high schoolers. It's happening very, very soon. So that's a major point that we're working towards, and it's just, we've really been determined to get everything done and sounding really well. Our show, I think, is a little more straightforward, but also kind of symbolic. Like, there's no straight storyline, but the music you'll hear is really, it incorporates a lot from our inspirations for this show, and you'll probably hear it. You'll definitely recognize the third movement songs, very classical pieces that I think the brass do really well. I've been trying to help them, but yeah. And our ballad is a very familiar song to, I think, a lot of people, famous band. This marching band season, I'm just so excited for all the comps, and we have our own little sectional hangouts and get-togethers. Like, We Brass had a movie night not too long ago. We have bonfires, but this year I've been really trying to work towards incorporating the whole band, including color guard and the drum line, into activities with the rest of the winds, so that this whole community is actually like fully communitied. Don't judge solely on the quantity. We're not the biggest band, but I feel like we have a lot of dedication to show, and a really big, friendly community to really get out there, get to know us.
We are here at Howard Wood all day rehearsing, and then at night it's a performance with 9 other area bands in South Dakota, so it's going to be a lot of fun. We get to perform first, but we get to watch a bunch of other bands at night, so it's going to be a lot of fun to watch everyone else. I'm really glad that we're doing this. I think it's an opportunity that is just like, we get to just watch and not have it be competition, and I really enjoy that, and also just support other schools, show up, and have a lot of fun. So this is one of my favorite days of the year. We've had some judges from across the country come in, and they've been clinicking us all day. We had a big block in the morning, and there was a lady down from Texas. She's been working with us visually, making sure that the parts of our show make sense to an audience, and that, you know, people can understand the concept that we're trying to present. And you know, we've had some changes, and I think that's okay, because now our concept is going to be a lot clearer to people that are watching, and that's what we want. I had some friends that were doing it. I did not think that I was going to do marching band up until about 2 weeks before SPAC camp, just because I was in Africa the whole summer. I was on vacation, and I came back, and I was like, you know what, why not? And I showed up to SPAC camp on the first day, and I guess I've just been back ever since. It's important to me. All of my friends are here. I have so much fun. I love music so much. I don't know what I would do during my summer without it, so this is my place. I think that we are a lot further than we have been in the years that I've been here, at least, and that's been backed up by some people that have watched us. I mean, I just feel like there's so much musical shaping, and the visual looks good. The drill is really clean for how early we are in the season. I mean, we're about 3-4 weeks in, and it's just like the dots are dotting, the sets are setting, everything just looks great down on the field. It's, you know, it's a blast. I love looking at it. I love listening to it. It's amazing. Competition season is what everyone says, and I suppose that's my answer too. But it's just like, it's just fun. It's just fun to be able to perform a product at the high level that we do. I'm really proud that I go to Lincoln. It's just like watching it, especially while we're in performance. We've had a few performances, but like when we'll be at a real competition and the adrenaline is high, that's when the real fun happens. And I think, you know, stepping off the field at St. Louis, you know, that's when you realize where it was all worth it. So Take a Moment is, the idea came from last year, the New York trip. Busy, busy, busy. I mean, that November, from the beginning of summer to November was just go, go, go. Yes, we have this show to learn, but we also have to learn how to parade march, and we have to learn how to be dressed side to side, because we're going to be on TV in front of millions. It was crazy, it was wild, but now this year we're still pretty busy, but it's just another season. But we're able to take a step back, and that's what the leadership team has been. That's been our motto this whole year. just gratitude and taking a moment to really realize what we have. Our first movement describes just what last year was: busy, go, work, eat, sleep, blah, 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 blah. But then the second movement, it's just breathing and slow. It slows down crazy, and it's just like, okay, wow, life. Yeah. I've never met a more hardworking group. I mean, this is just like, we build each other up, and I think it's just the culture that has been around for longer than most anyone even here in this stadium now has been alive. Like, this program has been good for so long, and I think that's just because of the things that have been built upon. People learn those things, and then they pass them on, and then they continue on, and they're going to keep continuing on because we're great now and we're going to be great. And that's just because, you know, we've built something that's important to a lot of people, and people realize that importance, and they implement that importance into every moment of rehearsal, and they hustle and they run and they cheer, and it's great, and rehearsal is so much fun. And you know, that product shows up in the final, and yeah, we work hard. We deserve it.